You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
To another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 204.
204, man. I guess I'll be Rottweiler Ralph because we talking about the dogs this week.
Talk about it. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. If you want to follow us individually, I'm the Mind of Ralph on Instagram and X.
On Twitter /X. I'm JON 2_B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Also, special shout out to WDJY-FM 99.1 in Atlanta.
ACL.
Shout out to OS Gang out there in Atlanta.
Easy.
Wow.
I'm just
Yeah.
Usually, I'm never really this amped to start off the show, so I don't know what it is.
I think I have an idea.
Okay.
But I mean,
well, they'll know about that later. But,
yeah.
I'm great, bro. Like, I guess I'll just kick it off. I'm
yeah,
great,
no,
man.
it's lit.
Hey, man, like, hold on, ask me, what did I do? Like, I just want to be asked.
Ralph, my guy, like, how you feel? Well, you feeling great. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on, man? What's up?
Oh man, look, bro, I actually have something to talk about.
Let's
this week.
go.
Usually,
Let's go.
usually I'm like, man, I'm just chilling, bro. But now this this past weekend I was down at Huntsville, Alabama for Alabama A&M's homecoming, who I'm a proud alumni of. You know what I'm saying? Went down there for the first time in 8 years.
A minute.
Yeah, it's been a while, but the city of Huntsville has changed so much. So it's not the city that I lived in to go to school, and then the campus of Alabama A&M has been beautified in a way that I've listen. Shout out to the current students there, because that's not the school I went to.
That is
not
not
the school. That is not the school I went to. But no, I'm just happy that my HBCU is flourishing and looking great and bringing up a next new, generation of leaders and thinkers, man. So,
yeah, man.
I love it.
Listen, the current students down there are thriving.
Oh,
like they have so many additional resources than what we had.
Yeah.
They just opened the the event center,
the
the
welcome
stadium,
center. Welcome center. It's like the way campus looks is so beautiful now, bro, and it makes me prouder now than when I was actually there.
Oh, for sure.
Because when we were there in the mid 2000s, bro, it was still a little bit archaic. We were still kind of getting it from the mud. You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, we just had the BTS going around the campus.
Listen, the air didn't work. That we didn't know if the bus ran properly. Like it's crazy.
All kind of stuff.
But no, I'm just happy that those students, or at least it's like the jealous old head, and you like, man, come on, like,
right. You ain't have to walk from Foster all the way to night on the weekend to go get
they
lunch.
got Chick-fil-A on campus. I'm like, what?
That's
we had a
crazy.
Quiznos. We
That's
didn't even like this shit.
When the last time y'all had Quiznos?
Toasted subs.
Think
Fuck
about
out
it.
of here.
That's crazy. Fucking Chick-fil-A. I love it though.
But no, it was good seeing friends and former classmates and schoolmates and all that stuff, man. It was dope, man. So shout out to anybody that I came across, man.
Listen, man, I'm still hating because I ain't go. But when adult life be life. So
like I said, I just ain't been in 8 years. What you think I was keeping me there?
Man,
keeping me from going?
Look,
Life.
I was glued to everybody's stories. Every other story was some A&M homecoming stuff, man, and it felt great. I ain't gonna lie. Even just looking at it, it looked like it was a great time.
No, it was a great time, and then we won convincingly the
no.
game. Like usually homecoming be like, it was cool, but they lost. No, beat the hell out of Tuskegee. Shout out to Tuskegee Institute, but hey,
Talk about it. No, that's what's up though. Shout out to A&M, man. Yeah, man. I'm good though. I'm also good.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro.
Life just busy, just busy with just stuff, right? But I did get a chance to go to Grove Fest here in St. Louis last night, so shout out to Grove Fest. Able to see a lot of different acts and get some good street food and stuff like that. But I did get a chance to see Manny Fresh DJ in person, which was dope, right? Now they kind of had him ducked off on like a tiny stage, like in an alley somewhere.
Oh, that's nasty.
Was it lit? Yes, but this is Manny Fresh. Like this is one of the most influential producers in hip hop, right?
Yeah.
So why do we not have him on the big main stage, or at least the mid-size stage?
Oh, that's
so. Now maybe it's because the individuals the people that brought him there had him set up there. I don't know, but that was like the DJ stage all day. So various DJs were there. But
maybe that's what it is then.
Possibly.
Okay.
But still, you got like this again. This is Manny Fresh. Like this is Manny Fresh. So
I hear you. And I understand.
But he had the whole alley rocking. And it was lit, man. Listen, being able to see Manny Fresh play Go DJ, like the intro to Go DJ, it was fire. Like it was fire. Like this is Manny Fresh spinning this record. So
now, did he just spin like his records, or did he do like a mix of?
He did a mix of everything.
Okay.
So he played old, new, a lot of listen, I've never been outside and experienced Sexy Red being played like that. Nah, it got the people going.
Pure energy.
Got the people going. So I can't even hate on it. So again, man, shout out to Manny Fresh. Shout out to Grove Fest. Big Frida was the headliner, so I got a chance to see Big Frida for a minute. So that was hey, I ain't gonna lie, it was lit. Big Frida's a great performer. The dancers are great. It was great. It was a good time. So again, shout out to Grove Fest, and we here, man.
Yes, sir.
We getting to it?
Yeah, man. Off the dome.
I'm taking it. You want me to take it? All right, cool. So, seeing as how we are in October now, Halloween is fastly approaching, and in the blink of an eye, it'll be Christmas, right?
Okay.
Both Halloween and Christmas are both known for their movies.
Okay.
Great Halloween movies, great Christmas movies. Excuse me. So my question to you is, which season has the better movies? Christmas or Halloween? Spooky or gift-giving, uplifting?
I would say, well, I think my answer is the low-hanging fruit. I'll go Christmas because it's more family-oriented. You can drop a Christmas movie in July and niggas be like, oh, it's crazy. Like, but like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, if we think about, like, I'll give you one example. This Christmas, right? With the latest black Christmas film we got. That joint dropped in like September. Like it was like Labor Day weekend. Like they dropping the Christmas film.
That's funny.
But it came out and people received it well. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it is what it is. I feel like horror films only, like, I guess they kind of hit. I don't know. Like that's not a fair argument, but I just think Christmas films are just generally overall better because you got the wide range. You got drama. You got comedy. You got Die Hard is a Christmas film. Fuck what y'all talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so it's a Christmas film and not a film set during Christmas?
Hey, it's a Christmas film.
All
Fuck
right.
that.
Right.
If Christmas is in it,
then it's a Christmas movie?
It's a Christmas film.
So Batman is a Christmas movie?
Yep. Batman 89 is a Christmas film. Fuck it.
That's hilarious. Look, I can't really refute it. Honestly, I think I'm going Halloween, right? Okay. Now, Christmas movies, like you said, they family oriented, give you all the feels.
Yeah.
It's good, right? But I like if a Christmas movie really drop in July, I really don't think it's gonna hit like that. I don't think it's gonna hit like that.
It's been proven.
And the thing with scary or Halloween themed movies, right? You get sequels. Now you got big movie franchises. Now, not saying that all the movies are good, but you still get the sequels, right? So you get Halloween, you got Scream, Saw 10 just came out. You got all of these different spooky movie franchises or scary movie franchises, The Nun, like all kind of stuff, right? You can continue to get these sequels. And a lot of these franchises, yes, you will get some duds in the franchises, but some of the films are really, really good. So with that, I think the Halloween movies are just better for the fact that you can continue a franchise and still get good movies out of the certain franchise.
That's fair. Because Christmas are more one-offs. Okay.
Yeah.
I was searching for one, but it's like the only real example I had was like Home Alone, Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
And that's all I had. Like, but you just gave me 3 franchises. I'm like, damn. It's like it's all kind of Freddy's and Jasons and
Freddy versus Jason.
Like,
Like
you know
all
what I'm saying?
kinds,
Like,
Alien
like,
versus Predator. Like
oh my
all
God,
that shit. Like
damn.
yeah,
All right,
real
yeah.
shit. Shout out to Halloween movies and Christmas movies.
Points were made. All right. You know what's funny? I'm glad you pointed out Halloween films because mine is actually about villains.
Okay.
My question, right? And I saw this, and it actually got me to thinking. It was like a real big debate, and I'll say it was on TikTok because I know you didn't see it. But
Facts.
but it was like, who's the bigger villain, right? The best villain, like GOAT villain, right? Would it be Joker or would it be Darth Vader?
That is actually a very good question. Let's see. How do I even begin to
I know.
think
right?
about this,
I
right?
I know. It takes a level of like, it's just not as cut and dry as you would think, right?
And see, this can become a very nuanced conversation, right? Because thinking about Darth Vader, right? Are we only thinking about the original trilogy of movies, or are we thinking about the entire franchise from episode 1 to episode 9?
I would say the entirety of the franchise because his name resonates throughout everything, right?
Okay, cool.
That's if you start getting into that
Oh,
bag,
now look, and I'm not mad at that, right? So I think that kind of changes my argument because if we look at Star Wars episode 1 all the way through episode 9, or let's just take the first 6, right? We get to witness Anakin Skywalker turn into Darth Vader, so we have a better backstory on why he became who he became, right?
Yeah,
we know, we understand, we see. Shit, we may have felt, well, some people may have felt the reason why he became Darth Vader and agree with it. Like, and when he became Darth Vader, he was a complete menace, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
The Joker, again, great villain, but he just out here just doing shit for the hell of it.
And
Darth Vader had a reason.
Okay. And then you got to think about it like this too, right? What are you going to bring into your argument? Are you going to bring in the fact that these multiple actors played Joker and every time that they did it, they killed it, right? We sitting over here debating who the best Joker.
Right.
You know, I mean, who's jockeying for it after Heath Ledger? I think that's mostly the consensus, right?
Absolutely.
But you got your mans that played the original Joker. You got Jack.
Jack Nicholson.
Who's the first one? Like the 60s one.
Oh,
like,
from Adam West?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't even know his name.
Because people love him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was dope from what I could tell. Like, I didn't get into that. But, you got Jack, you got Joaquin and what he's doing. Like, you got, we ain't gonna say Jared Leto like that. But I mean, he's in the conversation, but he's definitely not the best.
He didn't have enough lines as Joker to really be, considered.
But then again, like, are we considering that argument? Are we considering toys? Are we considering how villainy is this villainy? How villainy is the is this person? Because Joker is the only of Batman's villains that pushes him to do things that he probably wouldn't do normally, right? All right. Well, Darth Vader's just a menace to the whole galaxy. So it's
Facts. The man's.
Okay,
Come on, man.
Okay, maybe it is Darth
Look,
Vader.
I'm saying
maybe it is Darth Vader, and then there's only been one.
And then the fact that
Anakin
Skywalker got his ass kicked by his sensei, by his master, and then became Darth Vader after everything Palpatine was doing and feeding him. Yeah.
And that was arguably probably one of the best movies in the franchise where we seen the turn. I think that was episode 3 where we seen him turn. I was like, oh, this is legit. And I'm not even a big Star Wars dude, but that movie, episode 3, is good.
That's facts, big facts. So yeah, I'm definitely rocking with Darth Vader.
Okay, I'm going with Vader too. I guess you just had to say it out loud sometimes, like
real shit. And again,
honestly,
no disrespect to the Joker.
It's kind of like this. Darth Vader can carry the franchise. Can Joker carry the franchise of Batman? Even though he's the GOAT villain to Batman, right? But you can do a Batman film damn near without
Yeah. Oh, you can absolutely do one without Joker. But,
we just seen it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. But Joker does not work without a Batman. Yeah, you can have him in a film with other villains, but it's not gonna hit the same because he is the yin to Batman's yang, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
okay.
Joker doesn't exist without Batman.
Okay. That's fair then.
Shout out to Darth Vader.
Right. Hey man, that was off the dome. Who's the GOAT villain to you? Darth Vader and Joker.
Yep. And then what season has the better movies? Halloween or Christmas? Let us know.
OS Gang was happening.
It's cracking.
Family and kinfolk. It's been 2 weeks since you heard from us. No docket this week per se. You know, it won't be as structured as we usually kick it right here. But, you know, we got to start here first. The streets are blazing. And when I say the streets, I mean the social media streets.
Great.
The dogs are barking. No Q dog this time, I promise you.
Yeah.
The dogs are barking. Drake, Aubrey Drake Graham, has dropped his, I think, 8th album, I want to say.
I don't know.
Well, I tried to sound good. But For All the Dogs dropped on Friday early. You know, we got a lot to get to, but let's just get into the album itself first before we get into critiques and, you know, the blowback. Johnny, what you got?
All right. So, For All the Dogs is out.
Yep.
23 tracks.
Yep.
Album is an hour and a half.
Yep.
Did I expect that? Absolutely not. Did not expect it to be that long, but here we are, right?
Yep.
This is Drake, fourth album in like 3-ish years? When did Scorpion come out?
2018.
2018?
So that's 5 years.
For 5. Okay, never mind. So 4 albums in 5 years. Somewhat a consistent output. We'll leave it at that. I've only been able to get through this album once. It's an hour and a half. It just came out Friday. So these are like my initial reactions, right? Just an okay album overall.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, absolutely some bright spots on there.
Oh yeah.
But just an okay outing from Drake. I think Drake may be at a point in his career where he may be musically fatigued. Mm-hmm. But we can save that conversation for a little later.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
But just overall, you know, okay album.
Okay album. Same here. I didn't love the album. I didn't hate the album. I just thought it was okay. It's just like any Drake album I've listened to since After Views. Like it's just okay to me. Definitely, like you said, some good spots. More of the Drake formula is definitely ever present here. So if you're a fan of the formula, you're going to be a fan of the album. Mm-hmm. And if you were looking for anything else, it's probably going to disappoint you. But as we have talked about on this platform multiple times when it comes to Drake and his albums, right, it's just we know what we're going to get. Why do we expect anything else? We fall for the marketing. We fall for the new, For All My Dogs is coming. It's a poetry book. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we fell for everything.
We did.
And it's still the same thing, but just focusing on this body of work. 23 tracks? Like you said, an hour and a half. I'm not going to lie, it was kind of a rough listen. Like, it was definitely rough. Like, and let's start with not the title track, the first track. When I saw the track list, I was like, he ain't cut like that. Virginia Beach, he not cut like that. He ain't like that. I was like, we doing For All the Dogs, and the first track is named Virginia Beach. I'm thinking, oh, we okay. Like that's all I said. Okay,
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
He ain't cut like that.
I saw Virginia Beach, automatically thought, okay, this is the Drake I've been waiting for, is what I said in my head. That's what I said. I said that.
I said he ain't cut like that.
Because again, listen, this was me having high hopes, right?
Yep.
Because Drake clearly is a veteran in rap, right?
Yep.
Drake has been on the Billboard 100 or whatever this shit is for 10 plus years. Yep. He's one hit away from passing or tying Michael Jackson for number 1 hits all time, some shit like that, right? Cool. He got the accolades. He's had them for years. Cool. I'm in my brain. I'm like, okay, it's called For All the Dogs. He got his son drawing the cover shit. He really about to get in his rapper bag. Is what I imagined. What?
Imagine the nigga that made Tootsie Slide overcoming the nigga that made Human Nature. I just want you to breathe on that. All right, cool. But
I try to let it go. I try to not even go that route.
You brought it up. You brought it up. I just wanted to bring that out.
Fucking Tootsie
Slide.
All right. Look, see,
that's a Drake hit, though.
Where was I going?
That's a Drake hit.
That's some bullshit. Where was I going? Listen, Drake has done everything there is and can be done in music, especially with him being a rapper who is a humongous pop star. Pause. Right?
I don't think I would have followed you.
Okay,
it's
cool.
Funny. It's funny
Now, with that being said, in my head, I really thought Drake was going to come out on this album rapping because we, to this day, have not gotten a full 100% rap album from Drake. Yeah. We haven't, and from this, we're never going to get it.
No,
never going to get it. So, disappointment number one. In this album. So Virginia Beach, I just knew he was coming at Pusha, but
I knew it. Like I was like, ooh, he ain't cut like that. And we starting the album with Smoke. I was like, ooh.
You know how amazing that would have been? Like
this album would have been classic.
Missed opportunity.
This album would have been classic.
Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. So
okay, let's jump around, right? I want to talk about 8 a.m. in Charlotte, right? What did you think about that song? That track? Because that was perceived to be a single, the way it was released, right? Because it was Instagram only. I'm looking for it on DSPs. It was just a video for Instagram. I was like, oh, okay, so let me watch it here on Instagram. So what do you think about, I guess just the track itself, the video, the presentation of it all? What you got?
So I actually did not see the video.
Okay.
I didn't see the video, so you have to talk to me about that. Okay. But the track itself was good.
Okay.
Now, from the other timestamp records from Drake, mid to low tier to me. But I did enjoy it, and I think he had one of the worst and one of the best bars on this song out of the whole album. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. The Czechoslovakia, terrible bar. Terrible
Jesus
bar.
Christ.
That shit was so. It was so bad.
It was so horrible.
But then he said something like, I'm talking to Adele like I work in finance. Now that was hard. Talking to Dell Computer. Dell is the top computer company that like feeds the computers to financial institutions. That was fire. So how can you have the best and the worst bar in the same song on the album? No,
I mean, no. I'm just
like that's crazy to me.
Man,
what you got?
Man, okay. Like you said, like I listened to it. When you get timestamp Aubrey, and then it's on the album, because usually those are free of album.
Lucy's.
So I'm thinking like, oh, he put it on the album.
Lucy's.
It might be something to and I thought it was cool. Like, and maybe I think I still like the song, but maybe I think with Drake rapping on this, I think I need to sit with it more. Not the album, just this particular song, because it's one of the few songs that I took away from it, right? So, like you said, the Czechoslovakian bar, oh my God, it was horrible. But I know, him having the Griselda production was like a huge thing for most. I mean, I just feel like 40 could have make something like that too. He just went to Griselda's production, like I mean, I'm not taking away anything from it, but the video itself. Like, he had his son in there, Adonis, drawing and stuff like that, just being in the video. He had some goons behind him, which I thought was weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is Drake trying to be with them barrettes in his hair. Like,
I was about to say, I think I saw clips of this video. Yeah. Why is he cosplaying Smino like this?
We'll get to all that in a minute. I'm just trying to focus. Like,
okay, gotcha.
We're trying to focus on this music, but I think the song was good. You know what I'm saying? I think the song was really good. If we talking about timestamp records, timestamp records, I probably put it in the middle. Like I said, I like the New York record. I love the Calabasas, and I love Dallas. Like, I love those overall, but it's probably somewhere in the middle.
Got you. I guess are there any bright spots? And I think I already know the one. Let's get to it.
Cold World, No Blanket. Cold World, No Blanket has the best verse on the album. Let's just get there, right?
Point blank period,
right? And I want to address something, right?
Let's do it.
J. Cole and Drake have been very cordial throughout their entire careers.
Oh, absolutely.
The way they came up, and there have been very minimal collabs.
Yes. Yep.
I think they may have 3.
I think that's including this one. I think that's right.
I think it's only 3. Josie Freestyle and In the Morning.
In the Morning. Yep.
Drake has been running from rapping Cole for a very long time.
Talk about it.
And now is when you give him the green light to rap on your album. When you've been running from that smoke for a very long time, because the opportunity for y'all to rap was back in 2010 on Friday Night Lights, but you didn't want to get murdered. I understand that, because Cole has always been the superior rapper, honestly, to me, than Kendrick and Drake. The rapper, not artist, not hitmaker.
We talking strictly bars,
right?
MCing right now.
And I think Drake has been running from that smoke for 13 years.
This is missed opportunity number 2.
Yeah.
First missed opportunity is not going at Pusha T on a track called Virginia Beach.
Crazy.
Like, that's crazy, right? Missed opportunity number 2, not actually rapping with Cole on the record. I heard somebody say they was actually in the studio together and did this track together. So you just let J. Cole just go in there and kill you like that? Like, what? Listen, Ralph already said it. Drake has been running from the rap smoke from J. Cole
for a long time,
for almost 15 years.
Yeah.
They've been in the game for a long time, and for whatever reason, Drake doesn't want to actually rap with the rappers. Now, people talk about J. Cole and how he gives these immaculate verses to the quote unquote mumble rappers. We didn't even get a chance to talk about the Cole and Yachty record.
Okay.
So, and J. Cole has been on a crazy feature run probably for the second or third time in his career because he takes stints where he doesn't like do any collabs or doesn't have anybody on his albums, but he's on his third feature run, which has also been immaculate, right?
Yeah.
And people have been holding Drake to this standard as the best rapper out when he's just the best pop star that's been out for 10 plus years, which I can't take anything away from that. But when he gets around the actual rappers, he tucks his tail.
Yeah.
We got to talk about it.
Yeah,
we got to talk
he
about
should have been did a song with Benny, right? Benny been say, I got a Drake feature. I'm like, okay.
Where is it?
He took y'all beat, but
he ain't putting out that verse.
And then let's get to the features on this album, right? Outside of Cole, because I know we can kind of get into that bag all day. Like, who we have, right?
So we have Tizo Touchdown.
Yep.
We have 21 Savage.
Yep.
We got SZA twice, I think.
Yeah.
We got SZA on her twice. Party Next Door.
Yeah.
Chief Keef. And then we have Yeet.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Bunny.
And we'll talk about it.
Sexy Red.
Yep.
And Lil Yachty.
Yep.
Did I miss anybody?
Well, SZA was on that song with Sexy Red. You said it was twice. Yeah, you're right. But I think that covers all the features, right? There's no, like you said, Cole is the superior rapper out of anybody we just named.
Shit, Cole the only rapper. I mean, I ain't really counting Yachty, to be honest.
No, you're right. The only rapper, right? Sexy Red making it it's funny because people hate Sexy Red. They love and hate her, right? Like, how does she get on the Drake feature? I mean, on the Drake record because she's hot right now, and I mean, analytics move the needle. That's how she gets there. So we'll leave that there. And that song was not Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Now I will say, I'm happy Sexy Red was only on the hook.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. The song is alright, but the hook was decent. Now for Sexy Red, because honestly, that could have been a Sexy Red record, and that's probably the best production Sexy Red has ever been on.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's why it sounded great, because I'm used to hearing her other songs and then her against like some actual good production.
Fair enough.
Was fire. So I don't know. I like the hook at least.
Yeah. But let's talk about the Bad Bunny feature. You know what I'm saying? I was against Travis Scott in the weekend and Bad Bunny doing their song, and I actually liked that.
That shit was kind of hard. I ain't gonna lie.
But that's Travis though. Let's talk about Aubrey and Bad Bunny collabing. I mean Aubrey and Bad Bunny.
Drake.
Spanish Drake.
Blalo
Drake.
Well, first Drake has Señor Drake is funny. That's probably the name of the shit.
Oh God.
Drake has pretty much appropriated every musical genre on the planet.
Yeah.
Except Spanish until now.
Yeah.
Off of first listen, I was like, I laughed, right? But I'm not gonna hold you, bro. The more I listen, the more this shit sounded alright.
Listen, bro, I wasn't giving this another chance. Like I'm just have to hear it on the resort, bro, because it ain't getting spent again.
Oh, they definitely playing this in Mexico somewhere.
Listen, that's fine too.
Puerto Rico, all this.
That's great, and that's why I'm here. If I go over there, that's why I'm here, because this is not getting played in the whip. I'm sorry. But one thing I can appreciate, I'll say this, right? Well, I wouldn't say appreciate. He probably should have put this on Honestly Nevermind.
I could see that.
It
could have just not made the cut, and he just threw it on here. Maybe.
Nah, you
people wasn't ready for Spanish Drake then. They wasn't ready.
They weren't ready for dance Drake.
No, you right. You right.
That's what I'm saying. Put that
But you
shit
can't give them dance and Spanish Drake at the same time. Talk about identity crisis.
Man,
you can't do that.
Oh my God, bro. I was like, oh, this is horrible.
This may be the one Drake appropriation that probably won't translate. Like people loved Jamaican Drake.
Oh yeah,
people love Jamaican
Drake. Hey, dance hall Drake, man.
Yeah,
dance
different,
hall,
right?
Man, what?
But this Spanish
Spanish?
ain't hidden. It ain't hidden right.
Listen, man. I'm not cultured. I'm not mature. So maybe somebody. Listen, I'll never forget a nigga told me because I ain't like more life. My ears weren't mature enough.
That's hilarious.
That is crazy.
That's hilarious.
Aubrey Angels, we got to call y'all to the carpet. Let's get to it, right? Joe Budden had a, he does the pod. He's one of the pod fathers out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Recently had an episode where he and the crew critiqued the new album. They had critiques. They had praises. They had, whatever you may want to say. Now, the clips made their way around social media, and guess who responds? Drake. Drake has come down off the cloud to respond to a lowly Joe Budden. And Johnny, I know you have it pulled up. What did he say?
Listen, I'm definitely not going to read all of this, but I guess the Cliff Notes version, Drake is not happy with the negative critiques that Joe Budden had on this album.
Yeah,
basically. Told him, man, he failed as a rapper, which people do all the time.
Yeah.
Told him something about like he lives in a modest house and he owns and Drake owns like a 767.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of a bar, I ain't gonna lie, but
no,
it was a bar, but unnecessary, right? My whole thing from this.
Hold on, talk about. I want you to make sure that you include that he said you have like 450 men coming to listen to you do music. Music 29 telling you to go.
First of all,
listen, I've been one of the 450 men to go to a Joe Budden show.
That's hate.
But
that's hate. I don't care because I was one of them too.
But listen, that shit's funny. That shit is hilarious.
And with all that, Drake was one of them at one point, so he can't like.
Listen, a lie is more entertaining than the truth, bro.
It's true.
Listen, bro.
You right. No, you absolutely
listen,
right.
bro. Listen, it don't matter if Drake was a fan of Pusha T. He's a fan of Pharrell. But these niggas can't talk to him no more. Like they can't. Allegedly, that's what they say. I don't believe that, but
I don't understand.
Listen, man, it's a myriad of things, right? You got the people who hate Joe, you have the people that are very reasonable, and then you have the Aubrey Angels. It's three different tiers here, right?
This is true.
The people that love to see Joe get sunned by people that are bigger and broader than him, right? Like, you one hit wonder, you're a failed rapper. All these things can be true, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you have, the people that are sensible. Like, two things can be true, but that doesn't negate his critique.
Absolutely. And this is the craziest part, right? Joe Budden does nothing but praise Drake.
Actually kind of meat ride. Because,
like it's crazy.
Because my thing with hearing critiques, right? You drown out the millions of praises that you get to focus on the one. I mean, we do that too, but I'm just saying, like but when you're Drake or you're Nicki or you're these people up here, right? They always focus on the one person, and it seems like Joe's voice just pierces everybody's skin.
Well, when you are the number one media outlet for hip hop or whatever, whatever you say is going to get pushed to the forefront. Yeah. Especially if there's a negative connotation on it.
Yeah. Because remember, and this is the thing with Drake, he's been kind of having a meltdown as of lately, right? Just the way he's been appearing as of lately to me. Mm-hmm. Like, he's been cosplaying a lot of people lately, and It's kind of nasty, right? We let him come in and pretty much, we don't know what people in Toronto are like because Drake is y'all representation. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's facts.
Drake is y'all representative. Like just how people thought everybody from St. Louis was like Nelly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look. Touché. So if that's your man's, and he coming out here with barrettes in his hair, he don't know if he want to be from Atlanta, Houston, Vegas, Miami, Toronto, New York, Virginia. Like, where you want to be from today? You want to be from Caribbean? You want to be Spain? Like,
yeah. Real shit.
So
no, that's a point.
So it's like, Drake, what you doing, bro? Like, and like you said, like cosplaying Smino.
That just came out of nowhere. Smino has been wearing his hair a certain way since I've known him as an artist, which has been some years now, right? And for whatever reason, Drake is also now wearing the different color hair clips and barrettes and ties and all this shit in his head now too. So I don't know, it's different. And I'm glad you kind of put like a word to it, right? Because I haven't been able to quite put my finger on what's happening to Drake, but maybe it is a meltdown. Maybe it is a meltdown. Maybe he's been at the forefront of hip hop for so long, and of course, like we said, he's done so many different things, so many different genres that he could be coming in his brain. He could be coming up the fact that maybe his time of, I'm just gonna say appropriation for lack of a better term, his time of appropriation is running out, and maybe he can't figure out what's next, because he did also mention that he's taking a break from music.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I want to put a pin in that. But just thinking about Drake and where he's at as an artist and as a man, right? And I think that's what Joe was trying to get at. And honestly, hate sounds like hate to those that hate the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the truth sounds like hate to people that hate the truth, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, maybe some of what Joe is saying was true, and it's not about delivery. Don't fuck that.
Yeah.
You grown, bro. Like, you're grown, and you used your money as a cop out.
True. Instead of letting the music talk for itself.
And that's all. That if you got in this spot and you earned it, and in all honesty, he's earned it.
Oh, for sure.
So nobody's gonna take that away from you. But honestly, you know, you being in that spot comes with a certain level of responsibility.
For sure.
So, like, when you see artists have these meltdowns, it's often disheartening. Because, like, why are you responding to Joe Budden? Why are you responding to Charlamagne? Why are you, responding to people that honestly aren't on your level? Like, because Joe Budden's voice is not going to stop your album from selling.
Right.
Joe Budden's voice is not going to stop you from selling out arenas. Joe Budden's voice is not going to stop you from getting the brand deals that you have.
But you know what's crazy? As far as...
And then you're a rapper. Why you got Twitter fingers, bro? Why you responding on IG?
Because he been running from rap smoke for the longest. Even right before the Joe Budden podcast really took off, Joe had a run where he was going at Drake on records. And Drake never said nothing. And some of those records were fire, like super fire. But Drake never said nothing.
It was the critique of views. That's what got Joe Budden podcast really, really popping. That views rant he went on,
legendary.
If to those that know, but that's what got Joe Budden like really, really popping in the podcast space. But neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted to put a pin in what you said. I forgot what I put a pin in.
Damn, I forgot too.
It was about Drake musically in his career or something like the pause in music. He's taking the pause in music. Yeah. What do you think about him? He said he wanted to take at least a year off, right?
I think he needs to take longer.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie to you. We talked about Nas and how his output has been tremendous, right? The last 3 years, 6 projects in 3 years, which is dope. Drake has consistently put out albums since 2010.
Yeah,
since 2010.
He hasn't missed a summer.
He hasn't. Okay,
Let's just say that.
Let's just say he hasn't missed a summer. That's 13 years. He hasn't missed an entire summer, right? Hell of a run, amazing run. Drake deserves a break. Like, all BS aside, Drake deserves a break.
Yeah.
I understand the hard work that it takes to be that consistent.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the last few albums have been on the decline.
Yeah.
And listen, I'll speak for me.
Yeah.
I can hear the decline in Drake's music. I can't deny it, right? So I think he would benefit from a 2+ year hiatus. And Drake is a big enough artist where he can do that. We see Kendrick drop every 5 years.
Yeah.
Drake is of that ilk where he can do that.
Yeah.
And he should do that.
He sits at the table with those that niggas still want a Rihanna album. We ain't got one since 2016.
Man, what? You know how excited people were that she performed at the Super Bowl earlier this year?
That's right.
And people thought that it was going to be accompanied by a new album?
Nope.
She said absolutely not.
Here's another baby. How about
look,
that?
right, exactly. So
enjoy this baby.
Man, look. So Drake absolutely should take a hiatus, and it needs to be way more than a year.
Oh yeah,
way more than a year.
I agree, and I mean he can focus on fatherhood. You can focus on these other things that you're. I'll give you a good example because I think I've made these comparisons, and we might have talked about it here on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Drake is like Kevin Hart, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see, Kevin Hart ain't been in no movies. He did one stand up, maybe, right? Drake,
I think he
Kevin
had a tour
Kevin Hart has literally slowed down and started playing the background. If anything, he does his his interview show, right? Was it
right?
That's it. That's the only time you see Kevin Hart. You don't see him doing no social media promotion. Like you don't see him like Kevin Hart has really scaled back.
That's a great point. You
so, but now it's like if Kevin Hart popped out again, we'd be like, damn, Kevin Hart out here.
Exactly.
Drake, you can do that same thing because we're talking, and the reason I make those comparisons between those two because they're considered all-time greats, but they're in the microwave era, so a lot of their stats kind of get diluted because you're comparing them to like somebody that you really had to do certain things to get to. You know what I'm saying? That's why I made the parallels between them two.
You know what? And and all of that is all of those are great points, right?
Yeah.
But let's look at it from this angle.
Yeah.
The fact that let's just say the last 5-ish years of Drake's career, right?
Yeah.
He has maintained his relevancy by skewing his music to somewhat of the younger generation of the culture, right?
Yeah.
Do you think he would be able to take a break of over a year knowing that he has maintained a focus on the younger generation? Because like you said, we are in a microwave era, but Drake has positioned himself where people aren't used to him taking a break.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Drake's music, the earlier stuff is attached to us.
Yes. Yep.
And then all of a sudden, like you said, around after Views, he took a turn and it started like, that's where you start getting like the challenges and shit like that. Like the songs that are attached to challenges and social media stuff. And it's just Tootsie Slide and, you know, In My Feelings. Like, I'm for real. Like, I'm being honest.
No, for real.
Like,
No,
so
I'm
it's
agreeing.
like, it's cool, but I told you the last album that Drake has like a good like structure to is Views.
Yeah.
Like that's the last one. Everything else is just very, very hit or miss. It's like 4 songs, and I'm being generous with that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about albums that have 20 plus songs on it,
Which is crazy.
which
right?
is crazy.
So I personally think he would benefit from a break, but I don't know if from the way that Drake has positioned himself in music today, I don't know if people would let him. So like if he does he says he's going to take this break, right?
Okay.
And in 2 years from now, are people going to be excited for a new Drake project?
I would say yes, but I'm gonna ask you this, and it's kind of rebuttal or maybe whatever, kind of what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Drake has insulated himself enough to where he can take a break and come back and still have his spot?
I don't think so. Now, if let's just say the last 4 projects, including for All the Dogs, right? If those projects were an elevation of his status as an MC, let's just say as an MC, right? Because he's done all the pop, he got all the hits, he did all that.
Yeah.
But if he transitioned his career, because he is getting older, and started to actually put out more mature rap content, I think maybe he would have earned that. Maybe.
That's fair. And I think that's what the point that I think Joe was trying to make, or at least alluded to, or maybe said. But it's just, that's something that the artist has to want to do too. And this is the thing. We've been putting lofty expectations on what we wanted Drake to do with his music career for a very long time. And that's something that we should be at fault at. You know what I'm saying? Expecting something from somebody that doesn't want that.
For themselves. That's right.
So
that's right. That's the definition of insanity.
yeah, so we'll right. So we'll leave it there, man. But no, dope conversation, bro. But let's try this on because we talked about it off mic, kind of leading out of our conversation last week. Genres in music, right? Black artists being pigeonholed to hip hop. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it indifferent? Like let's get into it, right? Because my focal point of this argument was Rod Wave.
Yep.
If anybody listens to Rod Wave's music, he's considered hip hop. You hear him on urban radio. You hear him on top, the urban top radio stations, right? He often sells out arenas, I think, at this point.
Absolutely.
He has #1 albums, I believe, at this point. I think he's having #1 single. Like So Rod Wave has put up accolades in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
But I often listen to his music, and like I said, this isn't necessarily my original point that I came up with, an original thought, but it definitely started to make sense. Why isn't he considered a blues artist? And is that something that he doesn't want for himself? Is it the radio? I mean, is it the record company? Is it how, is it the image? Like, is blues not popping enough to where, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the deal with, like, just we'll start with Broadway, because this can be expanded to plenty of people, right?
Absolutely.
But just this one particular artist who doesn't rap per se, he does sing, and I'll say this, and I've said this, I don't know if I said it on mic, but blues singers can sing, but you don't consider them the best singers. You don't consider them the best vocalists, right?
You don't consider them voices or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Like if I use like Ray Charles in my example, right? Ray Charles can sing, but you ain't sitting there saying Ray Charles is like like
him when it comes to the vocals.
Yeah, exactly. Ray Charles is a him, but it ain't like that, right? Ray Charles can sing Muddy Waters. I'm gonna just use an old head. Like, I'm gonna use another one, right?
Right.
You ain't
that that is such a great topic, because I mean I've heard a few Rod Wave songs, but being classified as a rapper kind of turned me off to it, right? So me going in with rap brain and then hearing him sing his stories, which really ain't that bad, right?
It's not bad.
But in my rapper brain is like, oh no, this shit trash. Let me turn this off.
They told me he was a rapper. So why is he singing? Yeah. But he got on Cuban links and tattoos and shit. Like, it's like he decked out like a rapper though. So it's like, is it the image, right? But the image shouldn't necessarily matter. That's just how kids dress. Yeah. And if hip hop is the dominant culture, and hip hop is more than music, right? We've already established that. Yep. It's often looked at fashion. So why can't he be considered blues? Because blues doesn't sell?
I don't know.
Because there's no blues awards. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. There's the American Music Awards, Hip Hop Awards, Country Music Awards, but there's no blues.
There may be a blues Grammy, but it ain't televised.
Right. We
don't know. Like,
it's like, I think that kid, Rod Wave, could really be a very, very successful artist if you took the rapper tag off of him.
Yeah.
And maybe that gives him the freedom to do other things. And because he sings, and I think he sings well for what he does. Mm-hmm.
And I see that, I think that's the issue when it comes to 2023 music, right?
Yeah.
And shit, honestly, going back to like maybe 2015-ish up to now, right?
We can get into that bag, yeah.
It's like we're getting more and more genre bending artists. Hell, even the same with Lil Nas X, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's the same type of thing, because even on his EP, he had many different genres on the EP. Yeah, he broke out with Old Town Road, but he had hip hop, he had what could be considered blues, he had pop, he had all kind of music on the EP. So with Rod Wave, I think the fact that we as a music culture, not even just hip hop, as a music culture, we are so hell bent on genres and making sure somebody is placed somewhere. That's where a lot of the hindrance is coming from.
But I think the hindrance comes when we put the black people in one genre.
Okay.
Rod Wave would never win a rap Grammy, and if he did, niggas would riot.
You think so? Like
yeah,
that
yeah. Okay. Put him in there against put the new Rod Wave album against Magic 3 and Rod Wave win. The boom bap niggas would lose their fucking mind.
Well, I mean, you think they'll lose their mind worse than they did when Macklemore won?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't. I
can't
refute it.
I think the reason, the Grammys have always historically got a lot of stuff wrong.
Also
so
true.
Let me just say that.
Also true.
But just the type of music that is made, because I can get into a different bag, but I'm trying to stay on point. But it's just the fact that this kid makes pretty much trap blues. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the beats. You know what I'm saying? The storytelling, he's singing. And then you have a wordsmith like Nas who actually raps. Mm-hmm. Why are they in the same category?
Well, because they just haven't come up with a new category yet. Like, and until then, you gotta place him somewhere.
He should be blues. I think that we do our a disservice to black artists, because like let's talk about your mans, right? Tyler the Creator, and how he felt when they classified Igor as a rap album, when when nothing about that fucking album rap. It was a good album.
He might have had one rap verse, maybe not even full verse, but even with that particular album, I wouldn't even know what to call it.
But man, he put on the Sia wig, man. He was supposed to be out here, bro.
No, that album did did wonders for his career.
It did wonders for his career, but they played him by just saying it was a rap album, and that was he spoke out against that. But I mean, I guess he started out as a rapper, and maybe I don't know, maybe that's it. I think yes, what you just said, I think that's it. He started out as a rapper for sure, right? Yeah. And today he still is, but he did have that one album where it was genre bending. Yeah. Not sure what category to really put it in, but it definitely wasn't rap. Okay. But when you are tagged as a rapper, like we've stated before, when you're tagged as a rapper, when 95% of your albums are rap and that one album isn't, they're gonna continue to stick you there. Okay. And I don't know shit outside of Taylor Swift because she started as a country artist, but now she's a pop artist. I don't know how that transition happened, but it happens. But I got one for you, right? Mm-hmm. K. Michelle, R&B singer, right?
Okay, yeah.
She's getting ready to transition to country.
Okay.
She has said this. She's from Memphis. She's linking up with country writers and production and all that stuff, and she plans on getting into country music. Okay. Do you think that transition works for a black artist like her?
I think it can. It can. I guess the fact that she's promoting the transition, maybe that helps. Maybe that helps a little bit, but also it'll be easy to distinguish what type of music it is. Because if you go get the whoever the top tier country music producer is, it's gonna sound like country music. And country artists have a certain twang or dialect when it comes to their music. So it's easily distinguishable. I don't think it's been that easy for, let's say, a Rod Wave. I don't think it's been that easily distinguishable between two different genres. So can she do it? For sure. Yeah.
And I'm using her because, I mean, obviously she's black and she's of our age. So it still kind of feels like, you know, somebody that we can often relate to and often and cheer for her success as she goes into a new venture. Because, you know, Nelly's been making country music, and I think he's won, like, well, I don't know if he's won awards for his country music, but I know he's been, like, I think those records have sold well.
So yes, his country music songs have definitely sold, but I think he's won like country music awards for like features that he's done. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it was like Florida Georgia Line or something like that.
Yeah. So shout out to Nelly.
Yeah. But I'm just, you know, thinking of black artists, right? And then like I was listening to a recent K. Michelle interview. That's how, you know, I got that nugget. But she was talking about how Darius Rucker transitioned. You know, he's Hootie and the Blowfish, right? Yeah. And that was, but he was already kind of in a space to maybe go over there. But Darius Rucker been living like for the past 30 years, like, bro,
going crazy.
Like he been going crazy in country. Like, listen, he been over there, the only nigga over there.
Get a look.
He been over there kicking it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That's funny though. And apparently, that's like a whole slew of like new black country artists as well. Like I'm not that familiar with them, but they've been going crazy over there.
This is the thing, right? It's a lot of dope black artists, and they come out. But I wanted to particularly use a Rod Wave because he definitely doesn't fit the mold of what we want a rapper to sound like. But then again, if I told you to put this tag on it, it would change your whole view of him.
It definitely would. And I'll speak for myself here. Yeah. I have to get out of my I have to get out of my own way when listening to certain artists because it does change the way I view and listen to particular albums, songs, and things like that. Like we had the conversation of Mike about Travis Scott. I've always gone into Travis Scott's album thinking I'm about to hear like some shit, like some bars, like some words, right?
Words.
But no. Like after that conversation we had, I went back and listened to those tracks you told me about. Completely different mindset. I'm in the car, music up. I'm like, wait, this shit sounds amazing. Like, but again, I had to get out of my own way. Thank you. You know what that is? Growth. That's growth. But but for real, that's a real thing.
And I think and then I always trolled you about it, but I don't think I ever really explained it. And I was just like, look, don't ever go in there thinking you about to hear something. It's really about the sounds. It's really about how he curates it, right? I don't think I could ever really get you to like Sicko Mode. All right, cool. But the album around Sicko Mode, like the way he curated that shit.
And this is the thing, right? Me being such a I love instrumentals, I love production, I love listening to like the music behind the words, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't the light bulb go off before? Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
When you hell bent on not like something, you know what? That shit trash.
No, for real, because it's been years.
But it's funny because we often have like the things that we like, right? Things that we're just going to gravitate to, and like you said, when you just put a particular tag on it, your brain is just hardwired to believe this.
Yeah.
Like when they said Travis Scott was a rapper, and you didn't go in there hearing, similes, wimblies.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? You didn't. What? Cut this.
This be hard. What is he talking about? I can't even hear him over this. What is he doing?
Out of here. But listen, and I think Travis never said he was a rapper though. I don't think he's ever said that. But it's
maybe he hasn't. I don't know where.
But then again, I don't know what to call him though, because like when you go to Travis' show, that ain't no rap show, bro. That's a rock show. Like that's some other stuff, bro.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people like do mosh pits and shit at his shows.
Yeah,
like
that's unfortunately, with the Astroworld situation,
right?
That's the type of energy that's at his show.
Yeah,
that ain't a particular rap show.
It's not. Definitely not. So look, shout out to Travis Scott.
Shout out to Travis Scott.
I'm late. Listen, my apologies, bro. It's me. I own
so
it.
will you listen to Astroworld by the end of the year? The end of the year.
Give me to.
End of the year.
Wait. Give me to the end of February.
No, God.
Give me to the end of February, bro.
That's crazy.
Listen. We are in the fourth quarter of 23. Drake just dropped. I'm sure there are going to be some other high profile drops in Q4. Because even let's off the high profile drops. It's hella music still coming out.
Yeah.
Like it's hella music coming out. So look, I had to listen to Drake because I knew he was gonna come here and talk about it. So I would have waited 2-3 weeks for that.
I got you.
So
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, let's try this out, man. That was dope conversation. Let's kind of squeak this in there, man, before we get up out of here.
Yeah.
The writers and actors strike has ended in Hollywood. It's been months, right?
Yeah.
It's halted. A lot of things in Hollywood. It's halted production. It's halted interviews. It's halted. What else?
All promotion of TV and movie.
Yeah. So now that we're back on, some things made it, some things didn't. We just go cut straight to it. Get straight to the MCU stuff, right? Because I don't know how this affects anything. Loki season 2 is out, but it had a lack of promotion.
Yep.
We haven't really gotten into anything about that. We'll, check out YouTube for our Loki season 2 stuff. It's coming soon. But Johnny, what do you think about do you think the MCU is affected by this, or the DCEU, or our comic book lore stuff?
The DCEU has already been affected. Like with Blue Beetle coming out a few months ago.
It came out.
We're in October. It came out in August. Yeah. So a couple months ago. I think
when that stuff kicked off. Too.
Right. I think it would have done well from better promotion, actors going on late night and all that kind of stuff. It definitely would have benefited. So DCEU has already been affected.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem as if Marvel has been affected that much. There were already delays and pushbacks and move ups and all that before the strike even happened. So, but what I do think Marvel has the opportunity to take their time with coming out with additional content. So, like you said, Loki season 2 is already out. I don't know where they were in the process with Deadpool 3, which is supposed to come out like early next year, May at the latest. I don't know the exact date. So
it definitely sounds May 24. I think you were right on that.
Yeah, so they have the opportunity to go back and fix some things if needed. Mm-hmm. If you need to go do reshoots, if you need whatever you need to do, you have time to do that. And if you need to push it back again, cool. Because I think a lot of people are low key fed up with Marvel anyway, the MCU and all that shit.
You said a bar there.
Huh?
You said a bar there.
Yeah, so
you said low key fed up with Marvel, but we're low key in season 2.
Talk about it. Hey, look, off the dome. That's easy. That's light work, light bars. But no, they they have the opportunity, man. Like I think they would benefit from a hiatus as well. Like Drake is gonna take some time off. Hey, Marvel, like look, 2020 was the first year without MCU movies. Let's do it again.
Hey man, listen, bro. They the way
Let's do it again, baby.
I'm trying to think, man.
Go ahead.
The way Marvel have had their writers in the sweatshop for the past few years.
Visual
I'm glad.
effects,
I am glad that they have taken some time off. Like I'm glad they're getting their money right, but they pen needed the rest. You know what I'm saying? Like the way they've been squeaking out content. Look, we was about to get a show about Echo, bro. Like I'm still standing on the fact that show should not come out.
It still might.
It still might, but it's like they was pushing for that.
All right, who asked?
Nobody, bro. How
Go. No, say it. Say it.
How do you give us a spinoff show from a show we barely gave a fuck about with Hawkeye,
Bro?
But you giving us a character from that? No, fam. No. But just trying to get back to the topic at hand. Like you said, I think they can greatly benefit from this. They can kind of retool some few things. They were like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman was really trying to push Deadpool 3, even like around the strike starting, and then I think a little bit after they was like, we still gonna film it. No.
Why you think they was at the Chiefs game with Taylor Swift?
Oh, that's crazy. They need some finance. They got some Taylor Swift money or something. I don't know, but I listen. I want to. Get this content out and enjoy it as much as possible, but it doesn't matter if it's gonna be me.
If it's not quality,
it's not quality. We often get fooled by trailers. We get fooled by promotion. We do that a lot here. We come and do trailer reactions all the time, and then when we come do the movie review, different work, right? And listen, we got Aquaman 2 coming. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I forgot all about this.
Well,
I ain't
and
gonna
we
lie.
came and did the
and
trailer.
that trailer look fire. Like that's crazy.
But what we gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or is Momoa and Yaha Mateen go hit the red carpets and do some promotion now?
They can now. Shit, they
late?
need to.
No, it ain't too late. But
I'm about to say we got 2.5 months. They listen.
I feel like it's too late.
They better get to it. Nah, you know who it is too late for?
Who?
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Larson them.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Shout out to Tiana Paris.
Listen,
but
bro,
it's way too
Marvel
late.
might have a dud on their hands like that. Listen, it was already dark for that whole situation. Even if full throttle, everything was a go, I still believe that movie would be like horribly received. Like it's gonna be horrible, bro.
Do you think? So that movie's only an hour and a half. Do you think they're like playing to it? Like they're playing to it.
Bro, I have nothing.
So
I have nothing for that.
This is the thing with the Marvels, right? So like I just said, the movie is only an hour and a half.
That's right.
This is a sequel to 3 different franchises.
Strike 2.
Well, shit, that's like 3 strikes in itself. Like, I feel so bad.
How you make a team up film from chicks from like shows, bro?
Right, 2 shows in a movie, and one of the movies we ain't really give a fuck about. Like that's crazy.
Because barely gave a fuck about the first Captain Marvel film.
No, it's true.
The only way they can say it is if Rogue shows up and take Captain Marvel out. Like, you hit him with the bitch, give me that. And fly off.
But knowing them, they'll put that in the after credits scene. But see, they did that at the end of Miss Marvel.
Nobody cares. Nah, I remember that. But
look, I am a fan of the Miss Marvel show. I thought it was fun. The female Peter Parker, like you said. But also, I'm also a fan of Tiana Paris, just her. So, yeah, I'm excited to see her. I ain't gonna lie. Now, the movie itself, the trailer looked good. It looked fun.
Yeah.
But hour and a half.
Who's the villain?
She's one of the Kree warriors, if I'm not honest. She's gonna be like the woman version of Ronan. Remember Ronan?
Oh yeah, I like Ronan, man.
So she's like the woman. She's the woman version of him. Cause same race of people.
Okay, well, she'll get beat quick. Then hour and a half, she'll out of here, bro. Like that. Like this, it's like this the thing, man. It's like they even promoted
the series.
Listen, they even promoted the villain right. So it's kind of like. We know we're getting you up out of here. Like, listen, bro. Like, it's like even with the lame ass Thor film, like we was all like Gore, yeah, Christian Bale, yeah, trash. We don't listen, bro. Maybe because I haven't been paying that much attention to the Marvels, and maybe I'll just be guilty of that. Mm-hmm. But it just doesn't feel like you know, I'm a stickler for villains. And you're not even giving me a good villain. This gonna be a tough sell.
And see, with the movie being so short, you can't even have a secret villain, like a villain that you ain't even promoted.
Right. The second layer villain, like the person that's low key the villain. Like, nah, no mister right there. It's straight chaser, no straight Henny, no chaser right here.
I got nothing. They better come out swinging, literally. Like, that's crazy. Anyway, well, listen, the writer's strike is over.
Yes.
Only thing I care about coming back as soon as possible, because I know it's gonna be fire, is Abbott Elementary. Yeah. Anything else, it is what it is.
Yeah,
which probably won't be back to January.
Let me ask you this: this will be my off the dome, but since it, we got here, I just want to ask you this real quick. Did you think it was something that was like something that you were a fan of that was kind of like on the fence, like that probably wouldn't make it?
Not really, because a lot of streaming service original shows were being canceled anyway, like Titans. Like I'm finally catching up on the final season of Titans. Yeah. I would have loved for that to come back, but they canceled it. Yeah. So not for real. I mean, I tried to watch the new season of Harley Quinn, but that shit took a turn for the worst.
Oh wow.
First 3 seasons were fire though, but this 4th season is not that great.
Gotcha.
So now Invincible is finally coming back on Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely waiting on The Boys to come back. That's a great show. That's also on Prime. Mm-hmm. But that's shit, not for real.
Gotcha. Only thing I was really worried about was Perry Mason, because it just ended season 2, and I was like,
I know you've been talking about that. That's your jail.
Listen, it's already a period piece. You gotta make all these 1920 clothes and shit. Yeah. And listen, bro,
I need all the costume designers back.
Right. But this is the thing, right? If you're talking about all this money that goes into production for a show like that, and it already probably takes a year to make. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know they want to cancel Game of Thrones. Oh no.
Oh, absolutely not. That or The Last of Us.
HBO needs its Sunday night programming.
Absolutely.
Perry Mason is not a Sunday night HBO show, so that's why I was like, ugh. They might get my boy up out of here. I was like, oh, they might get my boy up out of here, man. But nah, I mean, hey, I ain't heard no announcement, so we might be okay.
Right, look, just fingers crossed.
Man, what?
Fingers crossed. So, yeah, man. Listen, we have reached the end of our docket.
Yes, sir.
If you're on YouTube, we appreciate you for rocking with us this long. Hit that comment section.
Yep.
Let us know about any of the topics that we discussed today, especially this Drake album. Let us know how y'all feeling about that, because it's been a lot of mixed reviews around here. So let us know. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll be back next week. Now, if you're on audio,
you are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.